Well, hi, my direct sales friends. I am so excited to bring to you an interview today with my personal social media expert, Melanie Moore. Melanie has several decades of experience in direct sales. She herself was a consultant. She also built her own business. She led a team, and she's also worked for numerous direct sales companies as a corporate consultant and does a lot of that consulting now to direct sales companies. But Melanie's passion for social media has led her to create her own social media business where she provides services to individuals and companies. And again, most of those are direct sellers. So Melanie is here today to answer those burning social media questions that you all have been asking. So thank you so much, Melanie, for being here today and for sharing your expertise with us.
My pleasure.
So let's jump right on in, and I'll just share those questions that were sent in and see if you can give it your expert
feed them to me and I'll answer them. Sounds good.
Excellent. Okay, so here's the first question, and this was often asked. Posting for online parties can be so time consuming. So what social media scheduling apps do you suggest?
Okay, so let's start with why you do want to schedule. And that is because back in the days when Facebook first came on the scene, then it was like a couple years later is when another coaching duo created the entire concept of the Facebook party. And since then, it is 100% blew up, right? But the hard thing back in the day, when it first came out, is you had to take all of your text, all of your images, put them into a file on your computer, and then literally copy and paste and upload a photo, copy and paste and upload a photo, like in the middle of the party, which is so overwhelming because you can't even stop to answer people's questions because you are too busy copying and pasting. So then, third-party schedulers came out, and there's Hootsuite, there's Buffer, there's CinchShare, there's Post My Party, there's Visly, there's all kinds of them. All of them do the exact same thing. So you just have to find one that works best for you. All of them, I believe, have some type of free version to them. It's usually very limited to like 30 posts a month, but most of them, all of them have a free trial. I think all of them have some type of free version that exists. I don't know if Hootsuite totally has a free version anymore. But anyway, so my suggestion on which one to use is whichever one works for you. I'm not going to jump in any specific camp when it comes to a third-party scheduler because they literally all do the exact same thing. Now, prior to doing this, I was the director of training for CinchShare. So I will tell you, CinchShare has an incredible, absolutely incredible program for their software, and they cater to direct sellers. Post My Party is a direct seller who built it for direct sellers. Visly is a direct seller who built it for direct sellers. So while there is Hootsuite and Buffer and things out there, even a lot of the training will sound different because the direct selling ones that were created by direct sellers talk about Facebook parties and things like that. So I would start with one of those. However, my better answer is Facebook Scheduler is amazing and free forever. It does take a little bit more work, whereas like in CinchShare, you can do recurring posts, like you can recycle, rebatch a Facebook party and then schedule it for another time and place. That's really nice. But there's no getting around that Facebook is a very jealous platform and they love their tools. They love their tools and they reward you when you use their tools. So Facebook, using Facebook's native scheduler, that's right there inside of your Facebook groups, right there inside your business page, has better visibility. Hands down, has better visibility. And you can check it yourself. You don't have to believe me. Do it yourself. Run a party through a third-party scheduler, see how it goes. Run a party through the Facebook native scheduler, see how it goes. Which one gets the most interaction? Do it yourself.
Well, there you go. All right. Thanks. That was expert advice. That is hitting it out of the park on the very first swing. So thank you for that, Melanie. I mean, I can't tell you how often we are asked that question, how many times people did, email in that question. So wow, you really hit it out of the park.
At the end of the day, about which one are you going to use? Which one are you actually going to get in there and use? That's what matters.
Yes.
But I don't use a third-party scheduler. I use Facebook. As a social media manager, I use Facebook.
There you go. And the visibility, because we get asked that question too, which we'll get to. Okay, next question. Someone sent in how, and this is, again, more than just one person sent this in. How can I get more sales from my posting? And what type of posts create engagement and purchases? Very common question.
Two different questions, actually.
Okay.
Which ones get the most engagement are generally question-generated posts. So things that you can write these down. There's 4 parts there. I hope I can remember them all. Posts that empower, which are your motivational posts. Posts that engage, actually asking questions like this or that post, or on a scale of 1 to 10 posts. Posts that are entertaining, that are just for fun, nothing but fun. So it might be a video and nothing to do with your products. Might be a video that's just fun. Maybe it's a, funny cat video or something. Or, I always love the Holderness family. They are YouTube sensations, but it is a husband and wife and their 2 kids, and they are just hysterical. Everything they do is hysterical. And they're always so timely. Like it'll be something specifically about the Super Bowl this week, I'm sure. And people they love to laugh at those. So something entertaining, and then something educational is another great one to post, whether it's educational about your product or about your industry as a whole. So if you're beauty, maybe something about beauty, but even something educational, like here's a great kitchen hack that I just learned how to use. And everybody goes, what? I didn't know that you could do that. Those are engaging posts. It's part of the 80-20 rule that says 80% of your content should be parallel content that serves your community, not sells to your community. Serves, not sells. So 80% serves. Educational, empowering, entertaining. What was the last one? Engaging. I always forget that's the last one. So that's your engaging post. How to sell more is learn to serve more, because you're going to sell more. There's not one specific, if there was one specific magic post, everyone would do it and it wouldn't work anymore. What you have to do is you have to do more of those 80%, those 4 E's, so that you start to get more engagement, you start to get more visibility, and people actually communicating with you. And when you do that, then your delivery of that 20% buy from me, book from me, or join my team post, more people are going to see it. That's what it is. If you're not selling in your groups, you're lacking visibility. That's what it is. They don't see the sales posts, because we all know if they saw the great deal that's happening, there'd be a majority of them, or at least a good percentage, that would be interested in that, right? But they're not necessarily seeing it. And with that, before we move on to the next question, I just want to say that you need to understand that every single post that you post in your customer group and on your business page is not seen by everyone. The only person that sees everything you post might be your mom, your aunt, and your best friend, or those who cyber stalk you from your own company. Those are who see all your posts. No one's coming to Susie Snowflake's customer group. They're not typing in Susie Snowflake customer group. They're not typing in Spirit of Success by Beth Jones Shaw. They're not typing in your group name. They're never typing in your group name to go search for it. They're seeing your posts in their news feed. Think about your own behaviors on Facebook. You don't go searching for specific groups. Very rarely. Mostly, you see what they're posting in your news feed. So you cognitively are sitting there waiting for Facebook to deliver you content that you would be interested in. Your people are the exact same way. So you need to have posts that people are engaging with. So Facebook says, Beth posts really good stuff. Let's show them the next stuff too. Let's show them the next stuff too, because they're liking it. They're engaging with it. They're voting on 1 to 10 polls. They're being part of the community. That's when they see your stuff. So if you're not selling in your group, you're lacking visibility.
Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate that. The 80-20, 80% of our posts need to be more on the level of building a relationship with them and engaging with them on things that they would like that are parallel to what you do, provide a service. 20% then can be about buy, book, and become part of my business.
Exactly.
Thank you for that. Again, another home run on that one. Let's try this one. This was a specific question that a client sent in. She said, I'm having trouble with tagging people in posts using my phone when I'm on my business page. It doesn't seem to matter if it's my business page or personal page, but I'm having trouble tagging people. Can you help?
That is just a glitchy Facebook. See, I wish I had a better answer for her because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It looks like she's in the doesn't camp. And there's literally nothing you can do about it. So my suggestion to you is then if you're in your group, toggle out of your business identity in your group and tag them as your personal identity. Not a huge fan of that, but it will work to do that. So, down at the bottom, you can toggle in and out of your business page identity or your personal identity, the little round circle at the bottom of your phone, because she's talking about doing this on her phone. So you can do that, switch into your personal identity, tag them from there. But I don't have a better answer for her on that. There really isn't. The only other thing I would say is make sure that you've downloaded the most recent Facebook updates. So the best way to download updates if you're having any type of glitchy things is to actually delete, not just update, delete the entire app off of your phone, because it still retains all of that information, but delete the whole app off your phone and then re-download the app, and it'll download in its newest update. And then sometimes it literally miraculously fixes the issue, but there's no guarantee on that one. I know some other people have had the same problem she does, and there hasn't been a magic fix for it.
Well, thank you for giving your best advice on that one. Appreciate it. Hey, another one that has come in is, should I have a site that is exclusive for my best customers where I post daily in order to drive engagement? I mean, you obviously clearly on this site did that for me.
150% yes. So what Beth has is it's called a community group. Some companies call it VIP group. That's what it is. Its intention is to take all of your customers and all your prospects and put them into a pond in your backyard that is fully stocked with your prime people to be able to fish from. How much easier it is to fish from a fully stocked pond, right? Than casting your line out in the middle of an ocean and then praying that something comes by. So that's the intention of putting together a customer group. It is important, as we pause here for a second, that you do not call it a VIP group. If your group right now is named a VIP group, I would get off this training, go over to your settings and rename your group, because Facebook has caught on to the VIP term as far as direct sellers, and it is squelching reach of Facebook groups that have that name in the title, because direct sellers don't get that along that well with Facebook. Like, we're not their favorite. We're like the stepchild. Like, we're not their favorite, So we need to play on their playground as well as we can. So I highly encourage you to take the word VIP off, because when you're posting, it always posts with the VIP, right? So we're going to take that off of our groups now. You can name it customer community. Community is an amazing key term, because even when Mark Zuckerberg talks in all of his in his addresses or whatever, and even when they run the ads on television, they call Facebook groups communities. Like, that's his thing. Facebook groups are communities. So rename your group the Susie Snowflake Bling Community or whatever you want to name it. So much better than calling it a VIP group. So that's the first thing I want to tell you there, is take off VIP group. But your group, the intention of that group is to, what we talked about before, build relationships, to provide those 4 E's, to follow the 80-20 rule, to get the information in front of people. But it's really to get your community. It's a tribe. You're creating a tribe. It's a backyard barbecue with your besties. That's what it's for.
I like the backyard barbecue rather than the pond with the fishes. I want all my dear, direct sales friends to be at my backyard barbecue, not that they're fishes in my pond.
Gotcha. Works.
But it was I get it. We get that picture, and I thought that really drove it home. Mm-hmm. So thank you for that. Everybody is scrambling to get VIP off of that right now. And
because it really is a problem, and we don't want to upset Facebook, and we definitely don't want them to squelch the reach. It's a free platform. You get what you get, and you can't throw a fit. Like, you're not paying for it, but you're paying for it in that you're investing time and energy into it. So I wouldn't want to invest time and energy in something that keeps running up against a wall. So switch your name, and that's a big step. Get that off there.
Well, thank you, Melanie. And if you ladies like my community page, Melanie's the one who set it up, and Melanie's the one who primarily tends to it. Certainly she and I collaborate, but if you like what you see, that's
Yeah, I just do posting. She tells me what to do.
Oh,
don't let her trick you.
we collaborate, but you make it look really good.
Yeah.
And you know all the 80/20s, and you are the one who keeps it. So if you like what you see on my page, guys, that's from Melanie. Okay, another question for Melanie. Oh, this was so popular, and you know why. Are there any tried and true methods of attracting recruits over social media?
The answer is yes, there are. There is no magic pill. I just want to say that. There is no magic pill. But there are absolutely tried and true ways, because especially in the last 2 years, the word side hustle, whether you love it or hate it, has become just a regular term. It's something that we use all the time. And everyone is looking for side extra income. If you are on on Instagram, if you're on TikTok, like we're talking about the centennials through like the Gen Xers, side hustle is just common. Like we have to have one, maybe two, maybe three. We have to have all these avenues of income coming in. And so if you start to change the way that you talk about it with people, that this isn't a career. People aren't looking for career changes as much anymore as they are, I like what I have, but I'm not stupid. I know I need something else. And so when you're doing your postings on Facebook, of course we have to be very careful, the FTC stuff, we have to be very careful about what we're saying, but showing how this fits into your life as a way that you are able to do this business alongside what you're already doing, so people don't have to feel like they have to give up 25 hours a week to do this business. That is not true. You can run a successful direct sales business in 5 or 6 hours a week if you're really hone in on it, right? But people seem to think that to run a business like this is going to cost them 20 to 25 hours. They're like, well, I don't have that. Well, if someone literally legit worked 20 to 25 hours a week in this business, they would kill it, because that is so much time. That's 5 hours a day of hard concrete work. They would be amazing. Does it take that to be successful in direct sales? Absolutely not. It doesn't take 20 hours a week. So they need to know that this is a legit side hustle that they could do in 5 to 6 hours a week, find success, make an extra $500 or $600 a month, which pays anything that they need to pay next to their mortgage, right? So the answer is, are there ways to do it? You got to talk about the business. You got to talk about the business. You got to invite people to the business. You got to share how this business fits into your life and what you're doing. Not just a join my team, kit for $20. Join my team, kit on sale for $99. Who cares? Who cares? There's like a whole recruiting training that we can talk about another time, which is specifically about online recruiting, but you have to work on the attraction marketing part of recruiting if you want to start getting some people to bubble up for you. And that's not posting the kit special every week.
So again, going back to the 80/20, going back to the make sure that you've invested in the 80% of the relationship, the engagement, those kinds of posts. And then you can get into the, hey, this is something that you might want to consider alongside what, your family and your full-time career.
Absolutely. I mean, I know people who they've leased new cars, or they got new cars or whatever, or they got new to them cars, and they'll say something like that their income from XYZ company is what allowed them to be able to do this. And so this is the first new to me car that I've ever had, something like that, because it's a $400 car payment, and now they're able to pay for it because of their side hustle. So now they have a car that actually starts when it's icy and wintry outside, or they might take their family on a trip, or they might have bought a new washer and dryer. Like, all this stuff. If you've been in direct sales at all, all this stuff. Those are the things that catch people's attention, not the $99 kit. It's not that. When you push the $99 kit and you get all of this stuff for $99, you're recruiting kidnappers because you're selling the kit. We're not trying to sell the kit. We're trying to sell a lifestyle of how this can help your family, how this can help you pay off school loans, how this can help you get out of debt. That's what you're selling, not the $99 kit full of amazing products.
Preach. Yes,
Boom.
I'm with you. Boom is exactly right. Okay, thank you for that. Hey, a practical question. What is the most popular time to post?
An amazing question. The answer is there is no answer for that. One of the things I love about Facebook, we all have a love-hate relationship with Facebook, but I truly do love them because the amount of stuff that they offered us to be able to use to run our business for free is incredible. And every single one of you, if you have a Facebook page and a Facebook group or they give you something called Insights and Analytics. And you can go to your business page, you can click on Insights, and it will tell you exactly to the hour when the people who follow you are on Facebook. So if the people who follow you are on Facebook at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, it's always done in Pacific time because they're over there. So when you read it, it'll tell you this is in Pacific Standard Time. So if they're on at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and you live in Eastern, when are your people on Facebook? They're on there at noon, right? They're on there at noon. So when should you post? You should be posting at noon. Well, Melanie, I can't post at noon. I'm at work. Schedule it to post at noon, right? So then you have a better chance of getting, remember I told you, nobody's coming to your page to look at it anyway. They're catching it in the news feed, and you need to be in that news feed at 12 o'clock when they are on there scrolling through on their lunch break. You need to have something that goes out then. So you can look that up under Insights on your Facebook page, and it's under Insight and like group information, group insights on your Facebook groups. But it will tell you, so the answer is everybody is different. It depends on who's following you and who's in your groups. Then you got to figure out what time zones work best. Like where is your highest influx of people? And it might be that you have a 12 o'clock Eastern influx and you have a 9 p.m. influx. And you're like, but they're both the same. Well, I would post twice then. I would post twice. Like if it's pretty even, I would post more than once. And posting 1 to 3 times a day, totally good, totally legit. Because it's not overwhelming. And again, not every single person is seeing every single post that you do.
So I think that what your answer there, and thank you for that, it kind of goes along with this next question. Is there a good balance or posting schedule to go by? So are you suggesting check the Insights and then schedule that, or do you recommend certain, schedule throughout the week that, direct sellers might want to follow?
Sure. So check the Insights. That's step one, because you need to be posting at the right time. It doesn't do any good to post at like 3 a.m. because you're awake when no one else, they're never going to see it. That post will be buried by the time they wake up. We do best first thing in the morning because her highest influx of people are people who are up early. I don't know what they're doing early, but they're up early. I don't know if they're tending to kids or getting ready for work or what, but her numbers are significantly higher in the morning. There's morning people. They're like, let's do this day. But planning out your content, I'm a huge advocate for content calendars, like figuring out what you're going to post. There's some type of thematic or some type of journey that you're taking people through. I'm a big fan of that. But looking at, if you did, let's do easy Melanie math because I was an English major. If you did 10 posts a week, that would be 2 posts a day. So I can do easy math here. And 80% of that would be how many posts? 80% of 10 would be 8. 8 of your 10 posts during the week would be the ones that fit into that 80% category, that the 4 E's, right? And then 2 of them that week would be specifically buy from me, book from me, join my team. So you need to kind of plan that stuff out. I'm going to get t-shirts made for my business that say flying by the seat of your pants is not a strategy. Because it's so true. If you're not getting visibility and you don't feel like people are responding to you and you're getting like crickets, like nothing, you can't hear anything in your groups and in your page, it's because you don't have any consistency to what you're doing. And Facebook is primarily run by bots, and it looks for consistency. The algorithm looks for consistency, which is why on Best Page, we post at the same time every morning without fail, because the consistency of that, the algorithm rewards that. They love that there's fresh content being posted every single day. This page has fresh content. People engage with the fresh content every single day. And you can do the exact same thing. So as far as what to post, doesn't matter as much if you stay in that 80% realm as being consistent when you post. So posting good stuff, but the consistency matters as much. You can't post in your group once a week and expect to have anything happen.
Very good. Very good. Think now, switch from Facebook to Instagram. How does that apply schedule wise, kind of a daily, weekly breakdown for Instagram posting? Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the good news is it's very similar because Facebook owns Instagram. So it's very, very, very similar. All of the things that you know how to do for Facebook apply to Instagram. The biggest difference with Instagram is you need really good quality square pictures. You can't take some rando picture that you got on Facebook and expect it to fit inside that square. So it needs to look good. They need to be good, clean pictures on Instagram because you're 100% judged by what your picture looks like, on whether people are going to read it or not. And the other key thing in Instagram is using the hashtags. Instagram doesn't work if you don't use the hashtags and use them well. But a lot, as far as what to post and when to post, you're posting every day on Instagram. That's how you get any type of connection, any type of visibility over there, is me posting every single day. And Instagram, I love more than Facebook. I said it out loud. I love it more than Facebook because I feel like Instagram's less noisy over there. You've got, let's say that there's 1,000 people in your company. I mean, most of you have a lot more than that, but let's just do really easy. 1,000 people in your company, and 990 of them are all on Facebook and working Facebook and business pages and doing Facebook. Of the 1,000 people in your company, maybe 12 are on Instagram, and one of the 12 is probably your company, and a lot of companies are not doing it right either. So you have a lot less noise over there, a lot more opportunity to be seen over there. But you got to show up every day. And Instagram is built to be a very social platform. So you can schedule posts to it, and you should, so that you have that consistency. But they expect you to be over there and engaging every day with other. The way the algorithm is set up on Instagram is that the more social you are, the more people will see your posts. The more Instagram will push the post out. So if you don't have 20 minutes a day to put on Instagram, don't do Instagram. You can't have to do Instagram and expect to see results. So if you don't have 20 minutes a day, skip Instagram and just stick with master one platform. But if you can devote 20 minutes a day into Instagram, you will see results over there, because go look. I tell this to people all the time. I do Instagram training. Don't believe me. You don't have to believe everything I say. Like, go and do your own research. Go and search the hashtag for your company and look at the last 24 hours of how many posts there were in the last 24 hours that have that hashtag for your company. I think you will be stunned at how few there are. Like, even big ones like Pampered Chef and stuff usually have in 24 hours about less than 100 posts. On all of Instagram, with the Pampered Chef hashtag, less than 100 posts. That's insane. Don't you think that's insane? As big as they are. So you could stand out from the noise over there in Instagram.
Good point. Good point. Thank you. Now they're thinking Instagram. I think many have been, and they're active on it, but now they know a little more specifically about how to make an impact there. And
got to show up every day. You can't
and not just waste your time. Hey, back to Facebook. A lot of questions came in on, during a Facebook party, how do we get customers to really engage during a Facebook party?
Okay, so this one is actually kind of fun. It's a little different, out of the boxy kind of thinking, but I want you to stick with me for a second. Don't shut me out. So you hear it all. Is we got to get away from the longer time span parties. People's attention span, especially the last 2 years, people's attention span are just like, I'm done. The video fatigue, the computer fatigue, the Facebook fatigue, everybody's done. Perfect example of this is how popular TikTok and Reels are, because they're a minute. That's how much time you have with me. It's about a minute, you know, like you got to catch my attention right away. But people don't want to be doing 7 and 10 day parties anymore. They don't want to attend them. I don't want to come. If your party is 7 to 10 days long, I'm not even hitting going. Like I'm not going, and I'm not joining that group. Even the 5-day ones are a little long these days. You know, if you do a 5-day, I would front load that party the first 3 days and use the last 2 days as ordering days or thank you for your order and kind of follow up days. So it's really technically a 3-day party with 2 add-on days to finish it out. That's what a lot of the problem is the parties are too long. They're too long. People lose interest. I personally love, and I think I even said this at the conference that we did together, I love the 1 hour parties and the 30-minute parties. I love those. So they're still set up in Facebook groups or events. They're still set up the same way. And they still have pre-posts, or technically they're like 3 days long, but there's like one specific hour that is the entire party. There's one specific 30 minutes that's the entire party. So I can say, yes, I can come at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night to this party, and I know I will see everything I want to see and be done. Just like the home parties of old. You don't go to somebody's living room for 5 days and wait for the consultant to piecemeal you out categories of products, right? Like I want to sit down, show me the demo, show me the stuff, give me the catalog, let me order. I need to go pick up my kid. I gotta go, right? It's the same thing now. So Facebook parties, if you want to get more engagement with those, you got to get moving faster, figure out how you can tweak it down to a shorter amount of time. And then I would look into some alternative party options, like text messaging parties, Linktree parties, messenger parties, things like that. I would look into some parties on demand options for people who don't want to sit and do Facebook ones.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Melanie. Appreciate it, because there are a lot of people who did ask about that. So shorter, you know, shorter 2-day, 3-day, or the one specific day, the 1 hour that you're indicating. Facebook Live. Talk a little bit about, you know, going live for a party on Facebook.
Absolutely. Facebook loves their tools. So they reward you with visibility. I mean, like I said, they are very jealous. So they want you to play with their stuff on their playground. So doing the Facebook Lives, you're going to get more interaction with those if people know you're doing them. So some people are like, I got a Facebook Live and nobody ever comes and watches it. Because you just rando decided I'm going to do a Facebook Live here at 1 o'clock because I have makeup on today. But you didn't tell anybody that you were going to go, so nobody knew, you know, and you probably did it outside of the timeline that your people are even on because it was convenient for you, but then they're not around. But Facebook Live, just keep them short. Like they shouldn't be super, super long. I'm not talking about a 1 hour Facebook Live. I'm not talking about that. If you're going to do a 1 hour thing, take them over to Zoom or something, but not a 1 hour Facebook Live, because at least you can see them when you're on Zoom. Like I see you washing dishes. I see you. But anytime you can use Facebook Live is amazing. I like the little videos, the short ones. Like we were just talking about the 1 minute videos, like 1 to 3 minutes, super fast, demoing a product. I like those. You can pre-record those ahead of time and drop them in as an uploaded video. Don't put them on YouTube. Don't put them on YouTube and then put them over there. Don't do that. Actually upload, because they're short videos. So the really long ones you have to put over on YouTube because it won't upload. But the short ones are 1 to 3 minutes. Upload them natively into Facebook, and it shows up as a video on Facebook that stays on Facebook. I used to say Facebook's #1 competitor was YouTube. I think TikTok is coming right up there though. But they don't like to send you from Facebook to YouTube. They don't like it. And so they will squelch posts that have YouTube links that lead off of the platform. They will squelch those posts. They don't get the same reach and visibility as a native video that's either recorded on Facebook or uploaded into Facebook. Does that make sense? Yeah. But they have to be short or the upload will fail. Right. Yeah.
So we got to keep them short, but it does work. And again, because it's part of Facebook, you get brownie points. They like that.
In short, matters because all of us have hovered over a video to say, just how long is this? And then I will decide if I'm going to watch the video depending on how long it is.
That's
So
right.
anything over like the 7-minute mark, I'm like, I don't really have time for that. I'm gonna go watch that one.
Well, speaking of time, you've given us so much more time than we ever even expected, Melanie. It has been 1,000% valuable, every single morsel, and you've been so generous. Is there one last message that you want to send to our listeners, especially as to how can they reach out to you? How can they benefit from you beyond today?
Sure. So my last tip is show up authentically as you. Everybody in your company has different ways of doing things, and their ways are not necessarily your ways. And that your people follow you because they know, like, and trust you. So show up authentically every day. If you are rambunctious and fun and exciting, then be that. You know, if whatever it is that you are, if you love tacos, talk about tacos, because you will attract people who love tacos too. You know, if you're a coffee drinker, talk about coffee. If you love Sharpies, talk about Sharpies. But allow people into your world, because those little things, like even those little like tacos and coffee and Sharpies and things like that, it gives people a glimpse of you where they feel like, I know that about her. And so when you are authentic, like I'm big into bees. I like bee everything, bees, little bees. And so I will show up at places and there will be bees, or people will send me memes of bees, or they'll send me things like Messenger of bees. And I have a friend who does taco everything, and they will literally send her taco recipes. Her customers will send her taco recipes. Does it have anything to do with her business? No, she sells wax and warmers. But it allows that friendship to develop in a place that's not that easy to build relationships, because it's all very, you know, you're not face to face. You're not with these people every day in real life. You might be with them in your group. So allowing them the ability to build a relationship with you, key to being online. Everything is about building that relationship. But how to find me is so easy. I have a Facebook group like that, and it's called Social Synergy Group. Social Synergy, like synergy is where it's defined as 1 + 1 = 3. My idea plus your idea equals a whole new third idea that we never thought of by ourselves. So Social Synergy Group is a Facebook group. That is my top of funnel. That's where I put everybody. I want everybody to come join me over there. We talk social media every single day. And I give you things that you can post into your community every day that are that 80%, just to help you create some interaction in there. But that's right. So I have a business page, I have a website, I have all that other stuff, but the Facebook group is where you're going to find the most value and be able to connect with me the fastest. Social Synergy Group.
Social Synergy Group. Everybody is going there. They want to be a part of that. Ladies, when you do that, you're going to get tips and ideas every single day. And again, Melanie's generosity of, she's going to post things that you can in turn turn around and post as well, and ask her questions beyond even today. Melanie, we so appreciate your time today. And ladies, let us know how you feel about this interview today, and let us know how you feel about what you have learned. Please leave a comment so that we know what you've learned and the value that today has been, because that'll help me, that'll help Melanie as well. And by the way, ladies, be sure that you check here on our community page for daily training tips and support that you're going to keep on keeping on here, and because we get a chance to interact that way. And remember that just-in-time training podcasts and resources you'll find on my website, spiritofsuccess.com. Don't forget about that. So thank you so much, Melanie, and thank you, ladies, for listening in. Make it a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.